Alright, Adeshimaima Elmina Kwabashon Kubim, Ahanum Air Chroma TV GH, Medin Enema, me Efia Adepa, Mesra Semon Koso and share stories no Argentino, Mumba Modern funny in the comment section, Magic Brema can kind Eddie Mamo, movie in Suswana, ma subscribe na and Comono, a toja most monsa, et to me accommodate. Ye boy Ryan Semnimuna, Tresse, and Anwar Hostama, et to me a happy award, the Akosombo, mature aid the Volta vicinities and areas, and let us say. Yara hosam kese pa ena abeja yenuanom amwo these areas na ensem ni name no obehu say obi agina TV so Canara hosam they always call on the government say we dey disaster omonka e bi nhiem nti aban enheme yomomwa menemo ka say no your working vice president Dr. Alhaji Mahmoud Bawumia ena no abon homoden oni ne entourage ne dom nyina no akona so wo mu akopie mu ewo so gakope achese dwumedia wo mu kwakodi no fakese na omo ko ekwakosho sympathy ene odo kese de achromanfo a wo mu akosa atorenchem no emu na ensem no hapa na ensem ahodo a yewura Dr. Bawumia kade achaganafo ne titiri wo mu am go through this trouble no or say we are in this together necessary no so ensem a ode enam eno no say akwanya say name no behwe said the working vice president there ensem bi also to ho anana monto bi otu emma sajumedi a wo mo hwe nim no etime bi pay no there he is on his toes bo modern pa said the government can easily come to their aid na ne o say yemom hwen ha wo mo through the nadmu ene ho nkro ne ban nyina adwumedi na etime wi akona so ebusan for me mo ka say mensa etime aka video of the arrival of the vice president amra na obewra kro ni mu helicopter etwa ne ho hia ne odo amanfo edi hia no this shows say baby could be an aginatum and indeed a juma pa obontino or sa odo no and some hodo bebrate me call so ani na hon popoye e wa ha say na ewie so a meme aboura comment section ne akotie nsem bia Ghana fo bi editu dwade fa sana monto ya vice president Dr. Mahmoud Bawumia etu ne na no de kwama omanfo a wo Volta region due to this huge disaster koso won potemu honom and so koso any home for ni na ebusanfo ha say mema ya jebre na ya bo ewrem ya ba de wachi na behwe ned ni na so etimi aka mo na nkomo na ewie bi mu wi a mon share stories no na agency so no mon share bi enfangu comment section honom enfa emame.
From the Sogakope Stadium here in the Volta region, Southton district to be precise. There you have the vice president, and as part of fighting the flood situation, he's here to meet with the people. You can see the kids in there; they are so happy to have seen the vice president, and there you have him in your shot, exchanging all these pleasantries with the school children. They are so happy to have seen the vice president, and you can see how happy they are. And this is interesting shot you see. The vice president is taking his time to go to these kids and actually engage with them. It's all part of the move to calm the nerves due to the flooding situation that this part of the country has been experiencing for some time.
Oh, that's good.
Na eno achi so no ye wura eye Dr. Mahmoud Bawumia chese obura krum honom no wan kwan kwagina baabi e ho akono ankototo do sembi anfa ma ne omanfo no akasa esimu pam enante potemu honom nyina ma empokra no eye suko mo fransa Kamboni eye hospital any school nyina no vice president edneni ebura hokohwe niema for himself na resin nsu esi atene potemu honom unya baabi krampo na do na esi ani na no ehwese oye committee filler obo no homoden etimi ahwe man ne ma etimi akoso wan na so be video no yenti Ghana phobia adventure studio to dwa e wa say we the bio say this shows he is ready for leadership. We say it is possible. We the bio say it is always going to be Bawumia for next president. This man has a humble heart. We the bio say with God all things are possible. We the bio say DMB 2024 inshallah. We so the other bio or say Ronaldo the Great. Indeed, you are the good. Na choice and some man who do bring a man for be a trebu ha say Edima Mahmoud Bawumia. Radio the buyer or say the political barometer is on for Dr. Mahmoud Bawumia. See how he's working precisely on grounds. Na just a man for be eguswa air can phone can sema Mahmoud Bawumia die. A Jumano on I'm not quite swan because as a vice president no, I believe say Juma de Wabobi. Send your man for be chirimu say in the Republic no. He is the most working vice president. But maybe I'm a say a Juma maybe should be an every corner, nook and cranny. This man is going to move to that area to survey and do his job. And then I can't be a man for BHM1 where the best leader. I also to me a kind and my MPP so it's me winning elections in 2024. And I'm on 2 year or Kamboni a hospital and school no so a home video I was saying tea. Maybe I have brain near no so be not as a Muslim who and I'm on the vice president it's 2 year in the Volta region. Aside the fact said disaster no was modern aqua show sympathy say we are in this together. Say be muna face mu issue there and so was so be it and they also the one or the boy and some is be
able to get from the cage even doesn't reach 10,000. 1975.
The dam was built in 1975, 1990 and 2010, but this year is out of control.
What goes into building a cage for fish farming speaks to the level of investment that have been washed away.
The HDP cages, those are mostly not made in country. The materials are imported. The scale is so expensive. A cage can cost about $2,500 to $4,000 to build. The metal cage, even with a low quality metal frame, is about 350, 400 cedis for just one bar. You need about 8 to 16 of them to build just one cage. A drum costs about 350, 400 cedis. And you need 16 of those for one cage. If you lose your nets, that's even worse. A bale of net now is about 9,000, 10,000 cedis.
For the aquaculture business on the Volta River, the entire value chain has been delinked. The Aquaculture Research and Development Center of the CSIR, stationed at Akonsombo, was not spared. They had to salvage a few fish in order to reset the process. It took the center over a decade to come up with the Akonsombo tilapia or strain.
We need support to collect additional broodstock to start the breeding program all over again. And so we need some financial support to get this broodstock from the wild and from other places where we think we would get them.
Lee's Farm, a nursery for fingerlings, has been affected by the spillage. Staff here salvage the little left as they await the water to recede to restart operations. Both direct and indirect jobs will be negatively affected.
Having talked about the havoc caused, I think going forward, farmers should be a bit proactive. You should be proactive by subscribing for aquaculture insurance.
I don't have the facts if any lives have been lost yet, but certainly one fact that has been reported to me is a massive destruction of farm assets along the Volta River. It is our duty as Ministry of Agriculture to restore these people. We have a program in-house called the Food Systems Resilience Program funded by the World Bank, and I have directed that they should restructure $40 million out of it to restore all the farmers in the Volta region along the river's path and in the eastern region. All those farmers that suffered the devastation effect of the spillage of their farms. So has been committed to restore all the farmers along the river banks.
How is this going to be done? How soon is this going to take place?
Well, clearly we have to wait for the program of reducing the pressures of the dam to subside. We don't know how long it will take, but we believe that clearly if it takes a week or a month, whenever the river subsides, we will go in, identify the farmers, restore them by land development, giving them seeds, giving them fertilizers, giving them proper agronomic practices to restore them to where they were before the spillage. We need that food as part of our food stock, and we're going to do everything to ensure that farmers that have been affected by the spillage are restored back to the situation before the spillage.
Is this flood igniting any fear of a possible food crisis in the country? We know in the Volta region they produce all manner of cereals as well as fish and different kinds of food for the basket in the country. What is your immediate worry as a ministry?
The challenges that we are facing there will not in any way cause a food shortage or food security situation for us. What is important for now is that people have lost their farms, which is their livelihood, and as a government, as a ministry, we are going to take aggressive steps to restore them. But as to the effect on our food situation,
from the Sogakope Stadium here in the Volta region, Southton district to be precise. There you have the Vice President, and as part of fighting the flood situation, he's here to meet with the people. You can see the kids in there; they are so happy to have seen the Vice President, and there you have him in your shot, exchanging all these pleasantries with the school children. They are so happy to have seen the Vice President, and you can see how happy they are. And this is interesting shot you see. The Vice President is taking his time to go to these kids and actually engage with them. It's all part of the move to calm the nerves due to the flooding situation that this part of the country has been experiencing for some time.